Hi guys and girls, this is Nitesh. Welcome to your face reading channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you three simple face reading techniques that you can apply into your life to understand yourself better, to understand people around you better, to understand your family better, or to even understand your partner better. It'll be a fun exercise that I'm going to share with you, and I'm sure that you're going to enjoy it. So let us deep dive into the magic board to learn three simple face reading techniques that I'm going to share. So welcome to the magic board, guys. Here, if you could see the screen, that is the magic board here. I have mentioned the three face reading techniques that I'm going to share with you. I'm just going to open the stylus. So the first technique is the rounder and straighter features. Here, it means that the rounder the features on the face are, the more feelings oriented a person can be. The straighter the features are, the more practical oriented a person can be, or the more logic oriented in terms of seeking more logic a person can be. Straighter features are people who are more left brain dominated. Rounder features on the face are the ones where it is more dominated by feelings, more right brain features. And what are the rounder features on the face, or what are the straighter features on the face? So rounder features that you can notice is on the eyebrow. So if you have a person with a curved eyebrows, or maybe the chin bottom is something that is curvy, or the eyelids are something that is curvy, that means a person's thinking approach or a decision making approach could be tilted towards more on the emotional side, more on the feeling side, if it is more rounder, if it is more curved. Whereas if it has more straighter features, which means the eyebrows are straighter lined, or the chin bottoms are straight, that means a person's thinking patterns and even decision making approach could be more on the practical oriented side. Let me show you the example of the pictures that I have here with me. So if you observe these two ladies here, all the pictures that I have taken is from pixabay.com and pexels.com. So credit to them and the photographers. So here, if you observe this particular lady's eyebrows, these are more in the straighter line, right? This in face reading is the area of wood element, which means on the eyebrows, if you see here, these are more on the straighter side. It again has the right side into the face and the left side. You could observe the difference between this being a little more flattish and this having a little slight angled. The left half and the right half tells different tale. The right half tells about how you want to be perceived in the world and what's the public side of your life, whereas left side is more related to your personal aspect, the more private aspect of your life. I'm not going to delve deeper into that aspect, but here I want you to observe the features in the face. These are more straighter eyebrows. The bottoms, if you see, the bottoms of the chin is more on the straighter side, which again emphasize how much logical or practical oriented approach is something that is more suitable to her. Herein, it's important that how you are applying the knowledge of face reading to enhance your connection with this person, which means even if you're going to sell a car to this lady, the more practical features if you highlight, you will be able to make better sales, right? It's always about how you can improve your connection when you're using face reading, and it's always for the good part, right? If you observe this particular lady, chin bottom, it's more curvy, right? That means a more people-centric decision-making she can do. In Western face reading, it is emphasized that when chin bottoms are more curvy, the decision-making approach could be more feelings-oriented, could be more people-oriented, could be more about taking consideration of everyone, right? So this is the first technique. The second technique is the three zones technique, where you divide a face into three halves, into three zones, which means I have this particular lady's picture here. Herein, you divide the pictures into the three zones, which means the three zones are nothing but the top of the eyebrow. You draw one line here, right? And you draw one line just at the bottom of the nose, right? And thereby you have the three zones. This is the first zone, right? This is the second zone, right? And this is the third zone. Let me just change the color of the stylus so that you'll have better visibility. The first zone is the analytical zone, and you can refer to the books of Jean Hainer or Lillian Bridges. They have classified this beautifully into the three zones. The second zone is the practical zone, and the third zone is the intuitive zone, right? Which means herein what you have to see is you have to gauge which zone is bigger, which territory on the face is bigger. Is it the first zone which is bigger? Is it the second zone that is bigger? Is it the third zone that is bigger? Given the zones that are greater in length, a person is likely to make decisions basis on their dominant zone, right? So if the person's first zone is dominant, that means a person can emphasize more on thinking side. A person maybe needs more time while evaluating or coming to a certain set of decision. If second zone is bigger, that means a more practical oriented approach can suit them. And if you emphasize more on the benefits part, more on how a particular thing can help them rather than being more emotional about it, it may help them better. So if you observe this lady's face, she has a bigger second zone, which means the practicality holds major emphasis into her life. Even to the eyebrow patterns, if you observe, these are more angular patterns, and whenever there is this angular aspect, that means a person wants to be in control, and a practical person wants that, right? And the third zone is the intuitive zone, which means if a person has this zone as a bigger zone, the lower zone as the bigger zone, that means you can emphasize more on the intuitive side, or you can appeal more emotionally to a certain person, and you may be able to have better connection with them. Right? This is the second face reading technique, the simple one. And the third one is to understand the facial landscapes. And by this, I mean just understanding the feel of a particular person through their features. So zones of the face can be divided into mountain features, right? Then the river features, then the plains, and desert. So this is the classification that you can do on the face. I have captured three pictures and I'm going to let you know about these concepts. So mountain features on the face are bony features on the face. That means your forehead, your nose, your chin, your jaws. These are the roots of the face. Jaws are the roots of the face, and these uh, features that I have shared forms the structure of the face. And whenever you feel out of a person's face that that is more dominated, or these features are more dominated, that means the mountain features are there on the face. Which means when you look at this particular person, he appears to be more tougher person, right? There are no flesh signs on his face. He appears more physically oriented, right? You could see forehead being striking, the nose being pretty striking, right? So it is more a tough face. When there is toughness on the face that you can locate, the face is more mountain oriented or has more mountain features. And whenever there are more mountain features in the face, it indicates a sense of yang energy, it indicates a sense of bossiness, it indicates a sense of active strength going into the world physically by sharing their force, right? So that is the mountain features. The river features are nothing but the features that exudes fluids from your face, which means ears exudes the fluid, the wax, right? Eyes exudes tears. So these are the more river features that have more river side, like the emotional part, like the fluid part. So when a person's face is indicative of the river features, as you could see, this man has more fleshy padding. The eyes appear to be soft. The light in the eyes, that is the shen, appears to be more softer, which means he's more river oriented or has more river features into the face. The other part is the plains. Plains are nothing but the fertile land on the face, and whenever there is this extra flesh or cheek padding on the face, it indicates a fertile land or the extra reservoir that can help you fight through major illnesses. So that is the plains feature. Then I have indicated the desert feature. This is something that has been classified by Lillian Bridges in her book Face Reading in Chinese Medicine, so you can get hold of that if you want to learn more. And Desert features are nothing but, if you see this man's cheek, right? You don't see much flesh. You don't see the cheek padding. You see that face is lined a lot. Of course, he is aged, but whenever there is a marking on the face, extreme lines on the cheeks, it indicates that life is there but not in abundance, and that is indicative of the force that a person is going through. So desert features indicate that not abundance, but it indicates you can live life, but it may not be pretty rosy or pretty easy, right? So this is one of the techniques wherein you can divide the facial landscape into mountain features, into river features, into plains and desert, as to what appears the more outlining features in the face, right? So we have discussed three features, three easy techniques: the rounder and straighter features. The rounder the facial features are, the more feelings oriented a person can be. The straighter the features are, the more logic centric a person can be. And both of these doesn't have a right or wrong. It's just about which signature type suits you the most. The second is the three zones, where we have discussed about the analytical zone, the practical zone, and the intuitive zone. And which one is dominant is something which you need to abide by basis on your inner design. Then we have marched on to understanding the facial landscapes, right? By dividing the face into the river features, the mountain features, the plains, and the deserts, right? So yeah, that is pretty much it. Do let me know in the comment section how did you find this video. And because I wanted to make a short video, as you have said me a lot of times, so yeah, this video I believe will be short. So thank you so much. If you feel it was helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends whom you feel it will help. And you can check my website chehraspeaks.com to learn more about face reading, to get your face reading on the aspect of relationship or on the aspect of in-depth general reading. So bye for now, take care. This is Nitesh signing off.